What's going on YouTube? Boy True Thought. Making my second video for the night. I'm trying to catch up since I've been gone for so long. Hopefully you guys were able to catch my video about my 5 tips on how to survive basic training. Again, if you have any questions about anything that I posted, feel free to ask. If you have any questions about basic training, specifically whether it be the phases or what have you, feel free to post questions about that too, and I'll answer those also. This video I'm making for, I believe it's John W. I saw that you asked me to make a video about pretty much, I guess, my experience in basic training as a 35-year-old. Since you are 34 and you're also going into the Army as well, in your prior service too, so it may be a little bit different for you, but I'll talk to you about my experience real quick, and everybody who's listening. Also, for me, when I enlisted, I was 34 years old. I enlisted in January. I turned 35 in basic training. The last 7 days. My birthday was November 11th, and I graduated on November the 17th. Number one, I did not tell my drill sergeants when my birthday was or that it was my birthday, just because I had heard some stories about what happens if you do that. So I didn't. If you were wondering if you should, I'll probably say no. But you'll be able to gauge that when you meet your drill sergeants, whether or not they're the type that you want to tell your birthday to or not. And so I think, number one for me, the thing that kind of helped me out when I went into basic training, I didn't want to go in and be that annoying dad figure, if you know what I'm saying. Like, I didn't want to be that person who gets annoyed at everything. I didn't want to be that person who was annoying because because I was so much older and because I was trying to talk down to people. So when I went in with the understanding of, number one, I am in a 18 to 21-year-old world. Really, most people that go into that are listening into the Army, they're from like 18 to 22, 23 at the old. Like, if you're a 23-year-old, you're normally like an old man. So being 35, I'm pretty much like grandpa. And so I kind of went in with the understanding of that. So I expected immature behavior, just 18-year-old, 19-year-old behavior. So I went in with that mindset, knowing that they weren't going to act like I act. So that was the first thing that I did, kind of reconcile that within my mind, so I wouldn't get so frustrated with most actions and things like that. Because trust me, there's going to be a lot of immature behavior, but you kind of have to see it for what it is. It's not, they're not trying to be bad. They're just being who they are. I mean, when I was 18, 19 years old, I did immature things too. Most of us do, or most of us did. So just kind of keep that in mind when you're there. The role that I really took with my platoon is I really just kind of took like a big brother role for some. A role where people could kind of like sound, like a soundboard, kind of where they can kind of, talk about some things, talk about their family, talk about their loved ones, talk about the struggles that we were going through in basic training, and I just, spread wisdom as much as I could. I really took the role of being an encourager in the background, trying to help people, work together, things of that nature. So I think it just depends on what role you want to play. If you want to go in and you want to be a leader, then that's fine, be a leader. But understand, again, that one of the most ineffective ways of leadership is when you are perceived to lord over people, or when you're perceived to talk down to people. Realistically, you may have all the answers because you live longer. But if you come off as though you are demeaning, or condescending is a better term. If you come off condescending, then it doesn't matter what you say, they're going to reject you. And if you're rejected, then you won't be a leader. If you're going to be there for support, like I was, then again, you want to understand where they're coming from, and then give your wisdom, but give your wisdom in a way that they'll accept it. That doesn't come off as you being condescending towards them. Don't be afraid to have some fun. Again, I was 34 and 35 when I was there. I didn't do everything. I wasn't going to do every stupid thing that went on. However, there were some times when, I just had to have some fun. And that meant I had to join in sometimes, occasionally, when it wasn't ridiculous. If it was something that was going to get us in trouble, I wasn't going to do it. But if it was something that was innocent, that was fun, I joined in just to be one of the guys. And when you're perceived as being one of the guys, then you also gain that respect too, because they see that you can come down to their level without losing your maturity, without losing who you are. You can have fun, you can let your hair down, so to speak. But at the same time, when it's time to do business, they understand that you're one of the ones who can take care of business and will do what they need to do. Who'll be squared away. So when you go into that atmosphere, go into the atmosphere understanding that you are in a 18 to 21-year-old world. Things are going to be said and done in ways that you don't do them anymore or say them anymore. And if you want to go in as an encourager, you want to go in as a leader, but you don't want to go in, as that, like it says, that annoying father figure or that annoying old man from a whole nother generation that thinks that this generation is the devil or whatever. You want to go in to be as helpful as possible. As far as how I was seen personally, I was seen fine and respected. Some of the guys used to call me Pops affectionately. They walked, hey, what's up, Pops? How you doing? It wasn't not a joke wise, but just affectionately would call me Pops because they knew I was older. Some people will come to you and talk to you again just because they feel like you'll be a mature ear that they can get some wisdom off of, or you can identify with some things that they may be just experiencing, and they're just looking for that wisdom. Basic training is not a place that fosters. It's not a place that really fosters. Affection is the wrong word. I'm looking for the right word. I can't think of it right now, but it's not a place that really coddles you. It's not somewhere where you can go to the drill sergeant most times, and they'll give you they'll lend you an ear, an understanding ear, and all that kind of good stuff. So sometimes they'll come to you for that, and because you are that person who, even though you're older, you're still in the same boat that they're in. That you're getting smoked along with them. You're missing your family just like they're missing their family, and they want to know how you deal with that. You may come into the military with a plan, like I did. Some of them don't have a plan. They just kind of came in because they didn't have any other choice. Some of them, their parents made them do it. Some of them, they just didn't really have a plan for life, so they joined the military. You can kind of help steer them in a direction where you don't tell them what to do, but you give them some really helpful hints as to how to get on a path that's going to be beneficial for them. And so I think as long as you take that position, I think you'll be fine. They should welcome you with open arms and respond to you positively. Once you start becoming that condescending figure, that figure that isolates yourself from them because you're older and because they're younger, if you see yourself as not a part of the group, but as as a part, if you're not a part, but you're a part, you're different from the group, then once you start isolating yourself, is when you'll have some issues there. So allow yourself to be a part of the group, but while also maintaining your maturity, while also maintaining your own bearings. So that way you earn the respect on multiple levels. You earn the respect of them seeing that you are willing to, again, be a part of the team, but that you're also a person that has that wisdom and that maturity that can help them along the way. For your drill sergeants, because you're older, they're going to look to you to be more responsible, probably to help out with maintaining some of the discipline within the platoon, as far as talking to certain people, trying to get them on board, things of that nature. They're going to expect more out of you in terms of discipline than they will everybody else. Now, as far as the soldiering skills are concerned, you'll be on the same level. They'll expect you to be on the same level as everybody else because it'll be new. However, as far as discipline is concerned, they'll expect more out of you than they will out of some of the younger privates there. Depending on your drill sergeants, they may actually sit down and talk with you to put you in leadership and things of that nature, whereas other drill sergeants won't. They'll treat you the same as everybody else. So it's really, again, when it comes to your drill sergeants, your cadre, your company commander, your first sergeant, when it comes to your platoon mates, it's really all about maintaining yourself and continually doing the best that you possibly can, but at the same time allowing yourself to be a part of the group, so that way you're not seen as being above them. They don't see you as trying to be above them, because that won't be well. Hopefully, I know John